Hello everyone, my name is Sunny and today's reading is going to be about can you marry someone that's similar to the specific crush you're thinking about? This is a yes or no version of a pick a card, I guess. So there's 4 piles. I've been kind of playing with more piles lately, as you might have seen my channel. I think I've been working on that. I think I'm getting more comfortable with picking a few more piles. Maybe not forever, but every now and then. So there's 4 piles starting from the left all the way to the right. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So select the pile of your choice. Remember, this is a specific crush you're thinking about. Just one. Don't think of multiples. If you do think of multiples, you can select different piles or maybe the same pile. But again, try your best to stick to one crush. There's many crushes, but there's got to be one that you're like, this one's the one that I'm attracted to in this moment, right? So go ahead and select the pile that you're attracted to. I'll see you in the pile of your selection. And it'll be in the comment section or the description, and I'll see you there. So I'm going to start with pile number 1. So pile number 1, are you going to be able to marry the person? Not the person, of course, but someone that's similar in characteristics and stuff to the individual crush that you have? So this is a reversed Page of Wands. So this is a no. I think that either this can be I'm gonna try to just describe not so much the person you'll be with, but more so your crush, the specific crush that you're thinking about. The reason why you won't, right? The reason why you won't get with, you don't have to be married to, but you can get in a union, right, to someone that looks similar. Sometimes you get to, I've seen people, like, I think on TikToks, on shared TikToks, on, I think, my Instagram, that basically they get to marry people that they might have had crushes on when they were younger, or they had crushes on certain people, and they end up dating very similar looking facial expressive people, right? Like, just very similar to them. Of course, very different personalities, more than likely, but yeah, I don't think you're in this category. I think that more or less the reverse is about someone who's very different. I don't think you guys have the same ideas for this individual crush. I think this crush, I just imagine you, like, if you're, imagine an imaginary person here, like imagine a second Page of Wands. This page would be over here staring off to this side, and then this other page would be staring that way. So I think that you guys would have very different routes. I think you would have very different paths, and I don't even think for much that you would think the same, if that makes sense. Like, you guys would have very different philosophies and approaches to how you would go about life, right? I think that overall this pile is someone that's, I think you would clash. I think you would just clash with your perspectives, maybe difference of cultures. You see the Page of Wands is someone that likes to look at his horizons and have the best scenario. Like, look at all the ins and outs, and just like minimize, like focus, hyper focus on something, and then they can like go back to having like a bird's eye view of everything. I think that's what this page is doing, and I think you would have so if like they're going that way, you would go the opposite way. You can go through like a bird's eye, and then maybe go like to very specific things. Like, you just wouldn't look at things the same way. You would have a very different focus of perspectives, I think, or even opinions. And you would, of course, I feel that you would try your best to kind of talk, because obviously you have a crush on this person, on this famous person, more than likely your celebrity crush. And I think that just to appease them, you kind of would try to talk it out, but I don't think it would be very it wouldn't be very successful, because I think you guys would be very strongly opinionated at the end of the day, both of you. You would, of course, be polite about it, I feel, to some extent, but not quite. This is a reversed. So I feel that you would be very, like, I think that whether they try not to be rude because you're a fan, they would try to, of course, try to keep their cardinal energy minimal. And then you would try also to be your cardinal energy minimal. But I don't think it would quite work. I think you'd be very passive aggressive with each other, and eventually you guys would just argue a lot and disagree. Like, you guys would just not see eye to eye at all. And I think that you wouldn't exactly allow yourselves to be expanding each other's careers, lives. Just, you guys wouldn't do good with each other, I feel, overall. I don't think you guys would inspire each other to look further than what you have. Or I think it might be you, in the sense, because imagine a celebrity, the schedule of a celebrity is very different to the person, a regular Joe, right? And I think, I think they feel guilty, with the different schedules. Like, it's just something that struggles. It wouldn't take off. Because you would maybe want to have a very, maybe calmer life. I think you'd be very happy and content to where you are, and that's not them. Or maybe this was vice versa. But again, this wouldn't be very fruitful. Overall, I think that in a physical aspect, I think that you were probably attracted to them because you thought they were, of course, they're good looking. I don't think any crush here, you're gonna like them. Oh, they're okay. You obviously think they're good looking, whether they edit their pictures or not, right? But I think that you like the way they look standing, right? They could be not doing anything, but I think overall they're someone that's constantly on the move. I think they're very opposite of from you, what you thought. Like, I feel like you want someone that's gonna be like a little bit more of a homebody, and this is just not it. This is someone who's very mental, or maybe internal mental. Okay, this could be this can go about several ways, where they could be very mental, and that's not, you don't mind those conversations, but it's just not the foundation of how you show affection. Or they can just keep a lot of those of their thoughts in, and they'd rather not talk, right? They're just, they're a mental person, but they'd rather not talk too much. I think there's someone that they're gonna have to, there's someone that likes to think thoroughly whether they can trust you or not, right? Because obviously they're a celebrity, but of course this isn't the person you're going to marry. Or if you're going to marry that crush, like someone that looks like your crush, this is a no. The person's going to be very different in the sense of how you go about things. I think you would have wished, I think that there's some features that you would have wished that your crush would have had. Is the way they dress. I think you're attracted to your crush, like your celebrity crush, because of how they dress, how they stand. They have this presence, and they're very inspiring to you overall. I think they are very creative. They're very self-expressive. Maybe they have strong air in their charts, possibly too, not just cardinal air. Maybe it's cardinal air. But yeah, I think that overall, this pile is someone who's, they have very different lifestyles to you, and that's why you can't be with this person. So yeah, I mean, I've done I think it's like maybe 2, readings of celebrity style crushes. I think it's maybe 1. It's been a while since I've gone back to look at my love stuff, but I usually like to put them on playlists. But yeah, I'll definitely get back to this and do a different style of like a celebrity crush, because I think there's a different thing. There's a similar topic I want to talk to, but I don't want to elaborate too much on this because it's more like a yes or no. But I totally went off the time that I wanted to, so now I have to make it a little longer because I went a little long on pile 1, and I lost my track of time. So I really hope that helped pile 1. No, you will not marry someone that looks like your celebrity crush, or be in union with someone that looks like your celebrity crush in any given moment. But again, this is just the one particular crush that you're thinking about, not specifically every crush, right? So again, free will. This is just within your energies at this moment. So please like, subscribe, comment, and share. It helps me out with my algorithm. Have a wonderful day. If you were attracted to a different pile, select that pile. There could be a message there for you. And I will start with pile number 2. So pile number 2, I'm going to give you a close-up of your card first before I show you. Before I go in and describe it. So this is the Ace of Cups upright. So for the particular celebrity crush that you're thinking about, that you'd like to be in union with, this is not a union with your celebrity crush. This is someone that you're thinking about that looks similar to your crush. This is a yes. You could be in a partnership, marriage, of course. That's the question, but you don't have to do. For those people that are not into marriage, you can be in a partnership with someone that looks like your celebrity crush, this particular celebrity crush that you're thinking about. So I'm not going to go too much in depth of how to describe them too much, but I definitely think that for this pile, if I had to describe more or less the crush that you think about with the Ace of Cups, it's someone that I feel it's probably an actor or an actress for this pile, or someone that you see on TV. Bring out the best roles, emotional roles. Maybe they do maybe you think of rom-com, or maybe thriller, but I don't know. Thriller would be a little more scary, but this isn't so much that. But they could do versatile media, right? But overall, I feel it gives very strong actor and actress vibes here. I think that you have to see that. The reason why I say that is because the Ace of Cups is someone who's very creative and emotional, and you have to show a lot of emotional range on the TV screen. Otherwise, you wouldn't go watch movies, right? Or TV shows, TV series. Also, that applies to web series, online series. What are those? Oh, there's a special word, but basically it's like Netflix, Hulu. What are some other? I forgot the word. There's a streaming services. There you go. Amazon Prime, things like that. They could be very well known in that sphere. Or if they're not like that, I think of someone that's probably an artist that's, I don't know why I thought of Adele. If you guys have a crush on Adele, that could be for you. But someone that pours out their heart and emotions into their words. Maybe you guys like Taylor Swift, and this applies again, feminine and masculine, right? Men and women. You could also be into actors, I don't know who like that. I can't think of someone specifically who gives off this of course all actors and actresses and singers and songwriters pour their heart into their music and work and film, but I think overall, I'm thinking specifically of job careers where you have to put that emotional, I have to cry. I cry in this. I show my emotions. And I think of, if I had to give an example of a male actor in this case, I think a good, maybe who's someone that I think of as I don't want to say Leonardo DiCaprio because I always feel that people use him, and I think he's not really my type, but again, he has good range of movies, but I think his personal life is just messy. He is someone he's not my taste, but it could be yours, that's one example. Maybe you like what's his, oh my god, Downey Jr., Robert Downey Jr. What? I don't know why I was going to say Robert Downey Jr. Sorry. Robert Downey Jr. He also has been doing a lot of versatile roles lately, emotional roles like that. Or someone that sings, what's that guy? the Phantom of the Opera people. It's funny because I don't know why I thought of Thriller earlier, and I thought of that guy who sings. I forgot the actor's name, but he comes out in, I believe it's Insidious and in the series for The Conjuring, in the early on Conjuring movies, and I forgot his name. Wilson, like I think that's his last name, and he sings beautifully, as well as he's an actor, and you could tell that he goes into emotional roles, and he was in love with Christine, basically, and he sang his heart out, and he can go into really dark roles too. And I don't know, I have a crush on him. He's not my celebrity crush for this reading. I have no one in particular. I actually, and when I think about it, I just feel weird thinking about my crush right now, like celebrity crush, because there's so many options. But he is very cute, and also Gerard, I think it's Gerard Butler. He was in the same franchise for the Phantom of the Opera. He too. It's funny how they have such strong range of dynamics, because you see a very soft side of them, very soft, almost Taurian voices, right? I don't know if they have strong Taurus. I haven't checked their charts, but they have strong Taurus energy, and they sing beautifully, and they go from being soft and emotional, love, filmography, all the way to dark, or a slight, like Gerard Butler went into like the 300 movie, I think, and like that's a completely opposite, like that's like war, that's Aries energy. It's so strong. Like I just find it fascinating that actors and actresses can go from soft to heavy roles to what are the, like, it's just the versatility of just going and prepping for many different roles, for example. So I think that this celebrity crush that you're thinking about could be some of the reasons, right? Not these specific examples, right? But some of these reasons are why you were attracted to, the person you're going to be with in union or marriage for a while, or, forever. Of course, this is free will, but this is just an example. I think that this person you're thinking about is someone who shows you their creativity, who is very endearing. And I think overall they resemble the actor, singer, songwriter. I think that if they're not this, they would be someone that maybe, if they're in like a organization, for example, because I feel there's also a possibility. If they're in an organization, it's a very well-known organization that helps out the community, or helps out people who are struck by disasters, or like they help out people who are like underfunded because whatever reason, right? And they want to help out the artistic industry, or they want to help feed children, or they want to help rescue animals, or clean the planet, or save the rainforest, things like that, or like help out indigenous groups, of course, things like that, or like another, like social causes too. A good example would be like the people, like example, the women who go missing, indigenous women, for example, in the U.S. and parts of Canada, from what I know, that go missing because you fill in the blanks, right? There's certain words that get triggered and they kind of like ban you, but you get the gist of what I'm trying to say. And they could stand up for this, or they could stand up for like the construction of X things that basically like go through like the sacred lands, right, of Native people. And this could be an example, or even other social justice areas, like people who get ABUSED, right, for various reasons, religious, gender, possibly like power dynamics too, work related dynamics, things of the sort. So I think that this is someone who you really like get inspired by and like get in a good mood, right? I think that overall the celebrity crush that you're thinking about has a lot of love to give, to pour into others, to show that they're very loving and caring, but they're also creative. They're very artistic. I think they're just so artistic. They have possibly strong water energy. They possibly maybe even have pretty eyes. I think you're probably attracted to that. I know there's a hand here. They could also have, you could think their hands are pretty, but you could be attracted to their limbs because they're lean, right? But I think overall, I think they're very soulful eyes. I think they're very expressive. Their facial expressions are very expressive, and that's why you were possibly attracted to the person you're going to be with or with that looks like your crush, your celebrity crush. They look very similar and like that. Overall, I think that you are content. So I hope you like this pile number 2. I'm going to start with pile number 3. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share. It really helps me out with my algorithm. And I'll start with pile number 3. So pile number 3, are you going to end up with your celebrity crush? I'm going to show you a close-up first. So for this one, we have the King of Pentacles reversed. So I don't think I like put it down right away. So for the King of Pentacles reversed, it's a no. I don't know why. Let me say this, but this isn't me throwing a shade or remark at you or something, but were you interested by any chance in your celebrity crush because they were rich? They had money. I don't know why I think of Crazy Rich Asians in this one. I'm just curious. Or maybe you're above that, but I think that overall, with this vibe, I feel that you okay, obviously this is a no. You don't get to be you get to be with someone, of course. Everyone gets the chance to be with someone, free will, but they won't resemble your celebrity crush. The reason why they won't resemble them is because maybe they're not like, I feel that you stability is something that's very important to you, right? Monetary assets, I feel. Maybe you grew up in like paycheck by paycheck, for example, and having that extra spare cash to do whatever how you want is kind of hard, and sometimes you can't just leisurely just spend it frivolously, and I feel that you struggle with that, right? That's some of your struggles in this lifetime, and this person is not like, they don't have all the money in the world where they could just offer it freely. Like maybe that's what you were attracted to in that sense, where the celebrity crush must have it all. They have the mansion, they have the cars, they have the luxury trips, they have the expensive like private jet stuff, right? Although I think that's like a waste of emissions, but you know, you get the gist of like excessive, like living life excessively, strong Jupiter energy. And I feel that the person that, not saying that they won't have monetary finances that are stable, but someone that's not just going to just have that excess, like that excessive amount of money that's like, I feel like you want to show off like to all your friends, like look, my husband got me this, or my wife got me this. Like, not saying that you had sugar baby, but you know what I'm trying to say, right? I don't think that this is the pile where you get to show off, right? This is someone who's, you know, completely opposite of that. They treat you fairly, but again, this isn't, again, I'm trying to focus more on your celebrity crush and why it's not happening, why it's, your celebrity crush is not going to resemble the person you get with. This particular one, you could have many crushes, right? Everyone gets to have many crushes, but again, this one's just not it. The reason why, it's because the person that you're thinking about is very different also, or maybe the person that you have a celebrity crush on is putting up a facade, but they're really not like this. They're really like, they frivolously, I don't know why I keep thinking of Johnny Depp and Nicolas Cage for this one, in the example where a few years back, I think if I'm not mistaken, they used to buy, I mean, I'm not trying to say dumb things, but they frivolously bought things like art pieces and just hotel stays or stuff like that, for example. And they would acquire these things, and then eventually they would like end up in like really bad monetary, even if they had jobs and stuff, they just didn't have the finances to back it up. Like, they spent more out of their budget, right? And they eventually take it back, with like their budget again, with the years, of course, moving away from their divorces and stuff. Just overall, like, they managed to go back to the standard finances they were used to, even though they were wasting above their means, because they ended up getting more jobs and stuff like that. But it might take them a while, and so it's basically like, you think that because they're well known in the public eye, you think that they probably have a lot of money, but they probably don't. Not the way you think. And you might put on those rose-colored you might put up those rose-colored glasses on, and you might not see that. So I think that could be another possibility. I think that you think that they're like King of Pentacle energy, where they're like sitting on their throne enjoying their luxuries and whatnot, and that's why you could be attracted to them, because they look like they're stable, but they're they're very likely not, right? These are examples. Again, I'm not really focusing too much on that specific celebrity crush. I think I mentioned this to another pile where I'd like to kind of do that on a different video. I really like the celebrity crush readings. I think I've only done one or two, and they're interesting, I think. So yeah, I think that overall, this is a no. Just to put it simply, I think that you think this person is like wealthy and secure. They're in their throne, or they're exuding this energy of someone that's diplomatic and not watches their coin, but they know how to waste, right? Being practical, but in a fancy way of being practical, right? Of like, of course, I can splurge every now and then, and it's not a big deal. But they're not. They're really very different from that. And their finances aren't probably the way you think they are. They're probably just, I feel that they're not very smart with their finances. I don't feel they're smart in that sense. Maybe you could have a crush on a gamer. That was random, but I think that you could possibly have a crush on a gamer. I'm trying not to go too much into depth of like, oh, they have this, but I think I might have touched, now that I think about it, with pile 1 and 2. So if I had to say what kind of person they are, I think there's someone who has to have a seat. Maybe they're a director. Maybe they're a film executive producer or something, or they're behind a series, or you get to see them sitting down often. That's why I think it was like a gamer. Maybe you like Twitch person, celebrity. Maybe they're a judge. Maybe they're a judge like on a contestant of like one of those music shows, like American. I don't think people. Is there American Idol still? I don't know. America's Got Talent, things like that, or The Voice. There you go. Stuff like that. But again, every country has their own shows very similar like that. I think everyone uses the same thematics of it. It's just different different celebrity people. But yeah, that's what I think about you, pile 3. You're a specific celebrity crush you're thinking about is a no. For the person that might resemble the one that you will go into a partnership with, formal partnership is just a no. They'll be very different. Pick a different pile if you're attracted to. Pick a different pile. There could be a message there for you. Otherwise, I'm going to start with pile 4. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share. And thank you all for listening. So, number 4. Sorry, I was going to give a close-up. The Emperor Upright